So, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's about time to start talking about Monsters University. It's the next Pixar film that was released. Pixar's got a bunch of films, Finding Nemo, Monsters, Inc., the Toy Stories, you know what they got. And their new film that they just did, Monsters University. It's the Monsters, Inc. prequel, which takes place and introduces Mike and Sully and how they met and how they went to Monster College and whatever, happened with that. This movie... it's a great opening to these guys. Mike and Sully. You got Billy Crystal and John Goodman returning as the characters. Mike and Sully, and it's like they haven't even left. They're so good in these roles. They really embody the character, and the whole entire thing in this movie is really good. Now, the villain in this thing, I forget her name, but she's played by Helen Mirren. All right, and she's this like scorpion kind of flying thing with wings, and she's really sinister. She reminds me she's like the Water Noose of how Water Noose was the villain of Monsters Inc. aside with from Randall. This movie, you got that lady played by Helen Mirren. She's really evil. She's sinister. She was frightening. She was frightening monster, but the animation in this movie, really wonderful. Pixar really outdid themselves. They really did. They really outdid themselves.
Okay, so do you all remember back in Monsters, Inc., there was that scene in the beginning of the movie where Mike says to Sully, or one of them says to one of them, says, I've been doing something, and they mention the 4th grade. They mention that they've known each other since the 4th grade, and that was fine, and I didn't mind that scene in Monsters Inc. But then in Monsters University, it's like they don't mention that, they don't play off of it, that they've met since 4th grade and then had a part and then meet again in Monsters University. They didn't bring any of that up. And this movie is as we all see in the trailer, they meet in the dorm room, or whatever you want to call it. They meet in the room, and they meet each other, and they don't mention anything that happened back in Monsters Inc. So I'm not sure if they left that on purpose, if they forgot about it. It's just little things that I'm nitpicking at that really they don't matter. It's just tiny little things, that just. They don't make the movie perfect because they set it up for something, but then they changed it with this how they meet in college. Something else that's a big plus to this film is the score by Randy Newman. Now, Randy Newman, he's been involved with a lot of the Pixar films. He's been involved with the Toy Story films. He did Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, and he did A Bug's Life. Cars. He did a whole bunch of Pixar films, and in this one, he brings something. I mean, he did the original Monsters Inc. too, but it brings something new to the table. How he, composes these movies. He's not like any regular composer. He brings this pizzazz to it, and he brings this really unique feel to the thing. It's like this really perky and jumpy and happy tune, and it could be dark when it could be dark, it could be light, could be when it has to be light, and that's not just for this movie, that's for every movie he does. It's a big plus for him. But I really enjoyed the score to Monsters University. It was really good job to him. Really good job to Randy Newman. He really knocked it out of the park with the score. I really enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed the beginning of this movie. I really enjoyed the middle. I really enjoyed the end of this movie. But there's it's like teased. The movie's like teased. You think it's going to end in about 5 minutes because something happens and you're like, oh, all right, it's the end of the movie. But then there's another 30 minutes piled on top of that, and you're like, holy crap, this is actually... Pixar just threw me a curveball, and they did such a great job. The last 30 minutes of this movie I really enjoyed. I mean, I think all you guys are going to really love the final 30 minutes of this film. It's really it's great. You know, Pixar, they've done it again, I think. For Monsters University, I wasn't a big fan of Brave, but Monsters University, they really put the icing on the cake for this, and I really enjoyed it. You know, most of the original characters return. You know, you got Randall. They call him Randy in this movie, but he, you know, he has his little storyline going on there, and it's all really good the way it all plays out. And if you stick around, there's a little after credits scene that I think you're all gonna really enjoy. After the credits are like completely over, you'll get this little thing. But there's Easter eggs played throughout this movie, and you know, there are Easter eggs that you know, mention Monsters Inc. And I really enjoyed how they connected the movies. I think they did a really good job. They really outdid themselves. Not a fantastic movie. It doesn't meet the standards of Monsters Inc., but I think it leads really nicely into Monsters Inc. So I'm going to give Monsters University a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was really, really good. I think all you guys will enjoy it too. Monsters University is the great animated film, one of the best this year, I'd say. Really good movie, great summer movie. Go see it. If you have saw it, let me know your comment in the comments. Tell me what you thought of Monsters University. Do you want to see Monsters University? Do you like Monsters Inc.? What's your favorite Pixar movie? Answer all these questions down below. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say. So thank you for watching this review, and comment and subscribe and like. And once again, thank you for watching this review of Monsters University. Over and out.
Just reach deep down and let the scary out.
Tonight we party like scammers!
I can't be late on the first day.